What did brother Osikafor himself, he stated? He What did brother Osikafor himself, he stated? He said, in order for you to respect life, you have to respect death, because death is attached to life. Death has the umbilical cord to the physical realm in which your illusionary body is in. Get what I'm saying? That's why the more and more I hear about death, the more and more I see historical figures, or the more and more I see figures within the community, rappers or whatever it may be, died, shot, RP, rest in power, while your spirit go to another dimension. Nipsey Hussle. We was taught that death has a negative connotation towards it. We was taught that. When really, you must respect and love death. Death is attached to life. Death is just the graduation in which you go to once you get out of this physical realm, which is called the third dimension. But most people are so stuck within the third dimension, they put their emotions and feelings attached to illusionary body that really doesn't exist. Understanding that we're nothing more but then just an example of what we have internally. That's why I just made that status to the white man. Go ahead and kill us, because we're not of the physical anyways. We have the spiritual. We need to tap back in with our natural selves, with the person that we really are in the inside, because we're not of the things that we see thus far with our physical eyes. We'll never be of the things that we see with our physical eyes, because the things that we see with our physical eyes are man-made. It's part of this illusion. It's all part of the illusion, man. Everything is an illusion. You get what I'm saying? So, the more and more I hear and see it, the more and more I become more courageous and more fearless about death. I'm willing to die behind the things that, I believe in. I'm willing to die for it. Just like the sister was saying, Jamila T. Davis off the Breakfast Club. She said you have to be afraid or scared for an individual who's not willing or who's not afraid to die for the cause. You have to be scared of them. You get what I'm saying? And how I feel, man, I'm willing to die behind this shit, man. You get what I'm saying? If I'm not going to stand up for my people, who will? I got the ancestors that's running through my DNA, my genetic information. I hear the ancestors. I feel the ancestors that's breathing within. You get what I'm saying? I hear the ancestors every time when I stay quiet, when I don't move my physical mouth, but I listen with the womb, which is called the subconscious brain. And that's what we need to do. We have to be fearless in order for us to really be effective and change the reality for the next generation that's coming after us. And after that next generation, we have to die behind this shit. Because we've been made other than ourselves. You get what I'm saying? Our reality has been dictated for over 400 years by people who don't look nothing like us. We have to die behind this shit. We have to. What brother was doing, he was actually going to publish a documentary of the 1985 Brooklyn or New York City court case of Dr. Sebi having the cure for AIDS. A black doctor who had cures for numerous amount of diseases. You get what I'm saying? And then in 2016, he magically died mysteriously. You gotta understand that we are geniuses. You gotta understand that we are of the spiritual. We never been of the physical. But they are of the physical. In fact, those are artificial beings that you see. Those European Jews, those are not real people. If they were grafted from us, if they were grafted from us, I would say, how the hell they could be real? They are not real, because look at this. We are emotional and we are spiritual. White folks, they don't have no emotions. They don't have no emotions. And once we understand that, man, it really would change our perspective. And once your perception change upon something, once your perception change upon something, it would start to actually change your reality. Because what did Knowledge Reign Supreme himself, he stated? He said, whatever the mind perceive, it is reality. Whatever the mind perceive, it is reality. Something that I truly realized, man. So it's like, we don't need to cry. Why cry? This physical body already have, an expiration date attached to it any damn ways. Anyways, they already have an expiration date attached to it. I used to cry, you get what I'm saying? On one of my family members, I see him in the casket. I shed tears. You get what I'm saying? But once you are attached with the umbilical cord within this planet Earth, which is called the universe, you start to adapt to this illusion. Because this shit is an illusion. All of it is. Understanding that we are not seeing with these eyes. These two eyes are nothing more but than a brain that soaks in information due to the program that we already have thus far within our subconscious brain. But in order for us to actually memorize something, you got to talk about the neurons and the synapse and how the synapse send those transmitter messages to the neurons for you to actually have the ability to memorize something. Shit is not real, man. Death never been real. Death was propagated and been a negative connotation attached to it due to us digesting and regurgitating based off a white interpretation of death. He made us believe that it is sad for someone to die. But really, if you go back 100 years from now, the original name for Egypt is Kemet. In ancient Kemet, our ancestors, what did they do? They worshiped death. They celebrated death. Because they knew that it was a life, that the individual that were here physically, they actually ascend to another higher dimension. They know your ancestors are living within you. It's not a coincidence of why you look like your ancestors. Your ancestors jump into your genetic information, which is your DNA. You get what I'm saying? They listening. They know who you really are. You get what I'm saying? But you got to know who you really are. Listen to the voice. Don't move your mouth no more. But listen. Because your brain, the womb right here, this shit is powerful. But on that note, brothers and sisters, man, everyone have love, life, peace upon their journey.